This is Hamilton Tiger Cats football on the Ticats Audio Network.
Good evening from Guelph Alumni Stadium. Final preseason game for the Hamilton Tiger Cats and the Toronto Argonauts. RJ Broadhead along with Luke Tasker. Boy, it'll be tough to beat the excitement the way preseason game one ended, with Tig Leader being the hero. The field goal kickers were all great, went 4 for 4 in that game. The kickers will get another test. No major decisions have been made, but that is coming after this game. And talk to a couple of coaches. It's an exciting time, the final preseason game, exciting for those who will make the team, but also a really tough time for players and coaches to make the decision. So it's a preseason game, Luke, but it's a big one tonight.
Never count out the Argonauts and the Ticats, man. We don't know. We might get another nail biter down to the last second kick between the uprights here, but the Ticats are running on the field right now with the white jerseys, RJ. White jerseys and the black tops. That's one of your favorites, man.
Well, it is. Keep track of the uniforms. That's what they wore in preseason one, so keep the streak going. Argos will be in the dark blue tops and pants with the light blue numbers. Beautiful evening here in Guelph. The sun just starting to set, shadows getting long, the wind blowing from the south. The end zones, you played here, Luke, and the back of the end zone, it's kind of rounded. Will that play a factor? Yeah,
we've got the Montreal style end zones here with the sliced corners, and this was my first ever CFL game, man. I've got the warm and fuzzies watching the Ticats come out on the field right now, and thinking back to 2013 and an amazing playoff win here with Jeremiah Mazzoli and Dan Lefevre playing quarterback, Hank Burris, and the end zones are going to affect it a little bit. You gotta be aware of that as a receiver running any sort of deep route in the score zone. I had a lot of plays I can remember were at different fields in the league, and here where I had routes cut off or out of bounds. It's a hard thing to play to.
Well, we're excited to see this one. Final preseason game. The Tiger Cats and the Argonauts here at Alumni Stadium in Guelph. Kickoff is coming up next. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. Final preseason game for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and then the regular season starts. It'll be a visit to Regina to take on the Saskatchewan Roughriders. That'll be next Saturday. Pretty interesting with the schedule. The Tiger Cats don't play an East Division team until July. So they'll take on some West Division opponents. First home game will be June 18th against the Calgary Stampeders. And get your tickets for that one, because Orlando Steinauer, Coach Joe, will be inducted into the CFL Hall of Fame. Well deserved. That's as a player, and he's en route now in his third full season as a coach to maybe making it as a coach too. He knows nothing but taking this team to the Grey Cup.
Yep, and you can bet he doesn't care a thing about those last two seasons now. They are on one night away from entering into a third season under his head coach reign, and it'll be exciting to see what they can put together.
Now, you were down on the field talking to some players. It looked like Dane Evans is on the depth chart, but he was not in uniform. It doesn't appear we're going to see him.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be out there tonight. And you've talked to Dane enough and watched him play. He's telling me, oh, like, come on, man. I told Tommy I want to get out there for a series.
He is a competitor.
I told him to shut up. No, that's not the night for that. There's so many young guys that need more time and more plays, and I'm sure we'll see a lot of the youngest two quarterbacks on the roster for the Ticats trying to battle it out for really the third spot on the roster.
And that'll be Jalen Morton, who led the Tiger Cats in both passing and rushing last Saturday against Montreal. Coincidentally, 52 yards passing, 52 yards rushing. So exactly the same numbers. And Jamie Newman, he'll be the other one we'll see a lot of. And it looks like that will be the battle for the third quarterback spot. Matthew Schultz has proven himself in the CFL now in his 5th season. So that's what we anticipate. Of course, we'll see what the coaches determine. The kicking game will be one to watch as well. Blake Hayes, he's out there. We'll see if he's doing the opening kickoff or not. Usually a punter. The field goal kickers were terrific. Watching in warm-ups, Luke, Michael Domagala, Tig Leader, and Seth Small all looked very good. Looked like they were hitting all their kicks, and warm-up is a lot different than games. And watching training camp, Coach O, he put the kickers in a situation and get the players to get loud and kind of get on them a little bit, just to put that pressure on as they're making their kicks. And they, again, answered in camp, but this is what matters, game time.
Coach O's great at that. If you practice that pressure, and I remember holding for all of the kickers throughout the year, and Coach O would have the whole team right, not on the sidelines, I'm talking right in your face. And even as a holder, it's a little nerve-wracking, even though it doesn't matter and it's your own team. But still, you can manufacture pressure like that. But specifically in the punting game, they've got to have somebody take the lead in that battle tonight.
So Michael Damagala, in his second year with the Tiger Cats, hit that big 49-yard field goal against Montreal. He will kick things off as the Argonauts are set to receive. They've got A.J. Aled and Damien Jean-Pierre back to receive this kick. It's about 20 degrees in Guelph, not a strong wind. It was windy and a little bit of rain earlier. But now it looks like it's going to be a terrific evening for football, and a lot of decisions will be made after this one. Final preseason game for the Tiger Cats and the Argonauts. They will meet 4 times in the regular season in a span of 5 games. So they're going to get to know each other tonight and then a lot during the regular season. It's a low kick from Michael Damagala, picked up at about the 30-yard line and brought to the 45 or 46-yard line. So pretty good field position to start here for the Argos on a low kickoff from Damagala.
Yeah, Damagala, that was a called pooch or a squib kick. I don't know if it's just practicing a rep at it, but he was not trying to blast that deep. He didn't mishit it, but just getting a different kind of rep. But nice place to start for the Argonauts, their own 45-yard line.
And Benoit Marion, the second-year player out of Montreal, was the one who brought that up to the 45-yard line for the Argos to begin. McLeod Bethel Thompson did not play in their opening preseason game against Ottawa. He hands off to A.J. Olette, and he will be well short of the first down. Tough to run against the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Best run defense last year in the CFL, and they only allowed Montreal 16 yards rushing last Saturday.
You know, that field position start here, the 45, puts the Hamilton defense in a tough position. Last week, they had a really rough start. That first drive, Montreal went down and scored points. Important for them to get off short of field goal range here.
Ball on the Argos 50. It's 2nd and 4. Play action. McLeod Bethel Thompson back to pass. He throws over the middle. It is complete to Curly Gittins Jr. And catching him from behind was Jamal Roll, but it's a huge gain for the Argos. And they're across the 35-yard line of the Tiger Cats and threatening to score already. Montreal scored on their first possession last Saturday.
Yep. Nice little dig route from the left side of the field by Curly Gittins Jr. Big gain there up into the middle. That was Jamal Roll in coverage. The Ticats do have their number 1 lineup on the field right now, pretty much from the D-line all the way to the defensive secondary. They're all out there right now.
On the far hash mark, McLeod Bethel Thompson passing again, and it's a quick pass out to the right, and that's Tavares Daniels, veteran receiver, one of the top on the Argos, and he will be just a few yards shy of a first down.
Notably, we should mention Speedy B is not on the field in blue right now.
Yes.
As receiver, I'm sure he was out there warming up. I got a chance to say hi and give him a hug on the field. I don't.
He is out there.
Now he's out there. We'll see what happens with 16 right now.
Yeah, you know the Argos would like to see him get to the end zone. Preseason,
yeah, they sure would.
Ticats fans still love Speedy B. You know, he can score in the preseason. It's probably regular season that you don't want to see it happen. 2nd and 6 on the Hamilton 29. It's a handoff and nothing there. Very little yardage. The Tiger Cats run defense excellent again.
So hard downhill run there. It was Cam Kelly, Sam linebacker, who took the brunt of that. And I have to say, Cam Kelly got caught in the middle of shedding a block from Speedy B, and he kind of wasn't in a position to get his pads right, and kind of took a hard blow there coming in to make that stop short of the first down marker.
How about this for the Argos? 3rd and 5. They're gambling on the Hamilton 28. It'd be a sure field goal, but they're going to go for it. It's preseason. McLeod Bethel Thompson looking end zone. It's Speedy B, but it's too far. They did try to go for it and get Speedy B involved, but Cam Kelly, the Sam linebacker, with him step for step, and it was overthrown. So good defense from Kelly, and the Argos gamble on 3rd down, not successful. Tiger Cats will take over on their own 28 when we come back. No score here at Alumni Stadium in Guelph. This is the Ticats Audio Network. Welcome back. Tiger Cats go to offense for the first time in this game after the Argos gambled 3rd and 5. Turn the ball over. Jalen Morton in at quarterback for the Tiger Cats. Looks to his left, and he was trying to connect with Anthony Johnson, who was the leading receiver for the Tiger Cats against Montreal. It was off his fingertips. He had to stretch and couldn't come up with it. It's incomplete.
That was Deion Harris, cornerback for the Argonauts, in tight coverage there on number 17 for the Ticats, that is.
Emmanuel Butler.
And that was right into the low-setting sun in Guelph. That's a tough ball to catch over there to Morton's left.
Jalen Morton, 2nd and 10 from his own 28, in the pocket, under pressure, trying to scramble, and he is sacked. Brought down by Dwayne Hendricks on that Argos defensive line. Morton just taking a little bit too much time, and the Argos got to him.
Ticats are running right out into the punt formation on the ball, and they've got to be great here. They're backed up, and they've got to make this punt count to flip the field.
Well, here's Blake Hayes, and he'll stand on his own 10-yard line. Not a strong wind, but he is punting into the wind. Sun in the face of Damien Jean-Pierre, who's back at his own 40-yard line to return this punt. This is a big opportunity for Blake Hayes. He and Joel Whitford, Tig leader, all in for punting, and it's a Tiger Cats bounce. It landed on the ground, and it rolls back inside the 30, and then the Tiger Cats were able to get great coverage in there, and the Argos will start just shy of their 30-yard line.
Wasn't a beautiful kick in the air, but Hayes did get lucky with that bounce there, and it is tough to try to get a clean catch on that ball coming out of the sun, as the Argos now go from our right to the left, and an extra 15 yards tacked onto the end of that in the Ticats' favor, just off the way that ball bounced past the return man.
Argos on their own 29. McLeod Bethel Thompson throws. It's a quick pass out to Speedy B. They wanted to get him involved, but he maybe didn't gain anything, might have even lost.
I think they did. Curly Gittens Jr. Wide out to the left there for the Argonaut offense, trying to open field block Jamal Roll, but I can tell you that is hard to do, and especially when that DB, Jamal Roll, is seeing the play better than you are. Great play. Tackle on Speedy B for a loss of 2 yards.
Now on their own 26, 2nd and 13, they're calling it here for the Argos. Empty backfield for McLeod Bethel Thompson. Looks to his right, throws that direction. It's caught by Brandon Banks, and it's a big gain. He's up near midfield. It's an Argos first down, and Ticats have seen that from Speedy B before.
Yeah, boy, it looks that Speedy classic. Catches that curl route over to McLeod Bethel Thompson's right and immediately turns upfield for an extra 6-7 yards. Really shouldn't have happened either. That was a 4 double cut by the Ticats defense. There's 4 low defenders, 4 high defenders, all sorts of pass defense back there, but Speedy found a great little gap there to the right side of the Toronto's offensive formation, and huge gain.
Speedy's got the yellow gloves. Is that a message?
Is he sending us a message, RJ?
In the double blue with the yellow gloves, it's a handoff to A.J. Ouellette. He lowers the shoulder and will get just past the line of scrimmage. Of course, the Argos have Andrew Harris. He won't play tonight. And they're going to say there is no gain, so 2nd and 10 for the Argonauts. right at midfield. A lot of Tiger Cats fans here at Alumni Stadium in Guelph. McLeod Bethel Thompson, second and long. Empty backfield, looks to his right. Going deep again for Brandon Banks. And he couldn't come up with that one. Got a hand on it, but he couldn't haul it in. It's incomplete, and the Argos are going to punt.
It was Cam Kelly playing the high zone coverage to the defensive left for Hamilton, and Speedy was really, really wide open on what was going to be a sail route, which I've seen Speedy catch 1,000 times, but some kind of little miscommunication there with Speedy and Bethel Thompson.
Back to kick for the Argos is John Haggerty, rookie out of Western Kentucky. Watching him in warm-ups, he was booming it. Pretty good kick. Lawrence Woods at his own 10. He gets to the 20. He's got some blocking. He's up past the 25, to the 30, up to the 35, the 40. Now it's just up to Haggerty to catch him. Lawrence Woods, he's going to break this for a touchdown. Off the punt, Lawrence Woods makes his mark with the Tiger Cats. Maybe they found their new kick returner. A punt return touchdown for Lawrence Woods.
Wow, and it was beautiful. He did not get a clean start to that. He fielded the ball around the Ticat 15-yard line and immediately ran into a few of his teammates, actually, and burst out to the left and was never touched again. That was an amazing return. Great speed down the outside of the field.
Lawrence Woods, 99-yard touchdown for the Tiger Cats. The special teams getting it done, and there is an injured Argo on the field.
Eric Sutton is down about where Lawrence Woods caught that at the point of the return there, and they're going to hold on this extra point until he can be helped off the field. That's encouraging to see a play like that in preseason. That really gives Craig Butler and that special team staff for the Ticats some fuel for thought there as to what the different kind of things you can do with a guy like that. That was impressive speed, going around all the way down up for what was an 85-yard return. Just beautiful.
Having that dangerous return man is important. Lawrence Woods battling for a spot on this team. He had 5 tackles. He's a defensive back. Had 5 tackles against Montreal, so made his mark there. And the rookie out of Truman State. That's a terrific 99-yard punt return touchdown. So
nice.
The fact he can return kicks, and we'll probably see him on defense a little bit tonight as well, just to see if those 5 tackles he can make a mark again this evening. It's a good start for the Tiger Cats. Sutton still being looked at about the 32-yard line, just in front of the Argos sideline. We're in the first quarter at Alumni Stadium in Guelph. Final preseason game for the Tiger Cats and the Argonauts. Beautiful evening in Guelph. Great crowd on hand as well. And
yeah, they filled up the old Guelph Stadium pretty good. There's a lot of black and white out there too.
Yes. There was an Oski wee wee chant going on just before the game started. This is where the Argonauts are holding their training camp here at Alumni Stadium. Of course, the Tiger Cats at McMaster. That is come to a conclusion now. They'll make their way to Tim Hortons Field, call that home. On to kick the extra point is Michael Damagala. So it's 6-0 currently for the Tiger Cats after that great Lawrence Woods punt return touchdown, 99 yards. And Damagala on to add the extra point. The kick is up, and it's good. So 7-0 for the Tiger Cats. Special teams coming through. Looking good. Lawrence Woods, the star so far tonight. It's 7-0 Tiger Cats. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. RJ Broadhead along with Luke Tasker. We're almost midway through the opening quarter in this final preseason game, and the Tiger Cats lead the Argonauts 7-0. An exciting punt return touchdown from Lawrence Woods. And Michael Damagala had the opening kickoff. He kicked the convert. Seth Small comes on, the 22-year-old from Texas A&M. Back to receive for the Argos is Javon Leak, and he'll get it at his own 15. He's cutting to the left, now to the right. Now he's breaking this. He's up across the 40 to 45, gets to the 50, and Seth Small cuts him off at the angle just before he got to midfield. A good return for the Argos, Javon Leak. A rookie trying to make Toronto, and that will help his cause.
Young player for the Ticats, Jarek Richards, just saved a touchdown return. He captured the edge. He forced himself back outside of a block where he was getting pinched to force that return back inside of him, and that slight stutter that he forced saved a touchdown return there. Excellent play by a young guy understanding coverage responsibilities.
McLeod Bethel Thompson hands off to A.J. Ouellette. He was in the arms of Dylan Wynn and spun away. It would have been a loss. Instead, he gets maybe a yard, possibly two, but that was something that doesn't happen very often when you're in the arms of Dylan Wynn.
Yeah, he caught right back up to him, though, didn't he?
Yes.
Dylan Wynn stayed on his feet and tracked him down for not more than a 2-yard gain.
So now Argos on the Hamilton 54, just across midfield. It's 2nd and 8. Another passing situation for McLeod Bethel Thompson, and he's under pressure immediately, and he can't get rid of it. He's brought down. He drops the football. And the Tiger Cats look like they have recovered.
Yep, there's a flag down. They got to call one thing or another here.
So we'll see if he was down.
Looked
on
to
the
me like
sack.
he looked to me like McLeod Bethel Thompson threw it to one of his offensive linemen in an attempt to get rid of the ball. But it was tight man coverage by the Ticats. There was good reason he didn't find anybody to throw. Okay, they're calling off the foul. No flag, and 3rd down now. So I guess they're saying that he got the pass off. It was a legal incomplete pass. But great, that was a coverage sack, and it was good on McLeod Bethel Thompson to not take a 10-yard loss there and get the ball out of his hands.
Yeah, he's a big quarterback, tough to bring down, but good pressure by the Tiger Cats. We don't have the luxury of replays at Alumni Stadium here in Guelph. Another good kick. This is Dejan Lee getting it at about his 11-yard line. Didn't have much room running to his left. The Argos special teams had the side of the field pretty well covered, but he gets across the 20-yard line, and the Tiger Cats offense comes back on the field. Ticats lead the Argos here in the preseason. So there was a no-yards penalty called on the Argos, so that'll move the Tiger Cats up to their own 27-yard line to start their second offensive possession. And they lead 7-0. It was a Lawrence Woods 99-yard punt return touchdown. Jalen Morton passing. Oh, it was very nearly picked off and bobbled up in the air and caught by Emmanuel Butler. That goes as a completed pass, but Tavares McFadden had it, and he would have been gone to the end zone for a pick six. Instead, he couldn't hang on, and Butler gets the reception.
Great job by Emmanuel Butler there to keep focused on that ball that was really looked surely like it was going to be a touchdown the other way. Jalen Morton's got to calm down. You can't force that 5-yard out route, that little Oscar, when it's not there. It's dangerous to throw it.
It's a 4-yard gain for the Tiger Cats, 2nd and 6 on their own 31. Morton fakes the handoff to Sean Thomas Erlington. He hangs on himself. He gets to the 40, and he is hit hard. He goes head over feet, and Dion Harris, or Javon Leake, was the one who threw that hit. And that is good to see Morton get up after that. He got the first down, but he took a hard hit.
Nice run, good read, too. He pulled that and kept it himself. And Jake Burt, number 3 for the Ticats, led him around the end with an excellent block before he just barely avoided that big hit and got his legs taken out.
Morton's a threat running. It's now on the 44-yard line. Tiger Cats looking to keep this moving, and Morton's going to run again. Has to go to his right, and he throws. It's intercepted. Intercepted by the Argos, and it is Dion Harris who gets the interception. He also threw the big hit. There's 2 32s in the lineup for the Argos.
That was just so classic. Young quarterback preseason game, trying to do everything. Jalen Morton had to step up in the pocket quick and then stayed behind the line of scrimmage to try to keep his eyes downfield, which is great, but no business throwing that ball down the sidelines there. Just an errant ball in a decision he'd like to have back, but that's what this is about. He's got many series left tonight to keep working on this thing, and that's exactly what he needs to do, is just sort of say, boy, thankful this is a preseason game. I need to go back out there and make a better decision next time. And sometimes for a quarterback, it's just so hard to believe that killing the play with an incomplete pass is a good decision.
Right.
But sometimes it is.
Especially when you're trying to make the team and be one of the quarterbacks. But that series was doomed from the start, very nearly picked off. Morton took a really hard hit. And then Argos finally did get that interception. It's 7-0 for the Ticats. We'll be back as the Argos offense is on the field on the Ticats Audio Network. Argos offense back on the field. McLeod, Bethel Thompson, empty backfield, throws to his left. It's the running back, A.J. Ouellette, and he's tackled by Simone Lawrence, who has a few words for that Argos sideline as he makes the play.
Oh yeah, you got to get back into your full in-season mode with that too. He's got to practice. Actually, no, he doesn't. It probably comes real natural for him. First D still in the lineup on the field. All your starting Ticats defense is out there still.
And the Argos have not scored, although they were deep in Hamilton territory and gambled on 3rd and 5. Got nothing for it. McLeod, Bethel Thompson under pressure again. Dylan Wynn dove, couldn't bring him down. Now Bethel Thompson running. He had a ton of room to his left, and he gets to the first down marker and slides just shy of the Hamilton 30-yard line.
Dylan Wynn right back there again. His hands around McLeod Bethel Thompson's hips for just a brief second, but his motor never turns off. He's getting back there quick still tonight.
Not a lot of spots on this defense to earn a starting job. A lot of returner from last season's East Division Championship team. Just over 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Bethel Thompson pump fakes, and then he decides to throw it away as the pressure was coming from Ted Laurent. And that's what you were saying, Luke. It's okay to throw it away sometimes.
Yeah, the Argos were setting up some kind of interesting fake there. It looked like McLeod Bethel Thompson gave a hard, legitimate pump to his right after a play-action fake handoff, and somebody wasn't where they were supposed to be. He was looking to his left, and there was nobody there, but that's that veteran move to get rid of it, right?
2nd and 10. Argos are on the Hamilton 33-yard line. Here's the snap. Bethel Thompson, couple of steps back, and he passes complete to A.J. Ouellette. He's got the first down and more as he cuts back into the middle. Finally brought down by Julian Hauser, but the Argos are in the red zone now with a fresh set of downs.
Excellent play call there by Toronto. Ticats ran zone blitz, brought 6 guys into the pressure, and the Argos ran a screen right to the boundary side of the field, and there wasn't enough there. It was a big gain and a great execution for the screen as they get into the score zone.
16 yards for Ouellette. The ball's on the Hamilton 17 now. McLeod, Bethel Thompson calling the play. Hands off to Ouellette, and he'll go right up the middle into that Hamilton defense. And again, it's so tough to run against the Ticats. He gets a couple of yards. That's it. That'll bring up 2nd and 7. Argos on the Hamilton 14-yard line. Tiger Cats lead 7-0. Final preseason game. The lights at Alumni Stadium have just come on as the sun begins to set. 2nd and long here for the Argos. Bethel Thompson. He's back to pass. He's got time. Throws to his left, and it is incomplete. Intended receiver was the rookie A.J. Richardson, but it was over his head. And now that brings up 3rd down, and it looks like this time the Argos aren't going to gamble with sure points. The field goal team comes on.
A.J. Richardson had a corner route there that he was already flattening off in anticipation of that carved out end zone. You don't have the room to go and chase down a deep ball there, and we saw one early go incomplete to Speedy. It's a tough ball to throw with the field as it is.
See, we knew it was going to be an issue. Didn't take long, first quarter. Boris Speedy, great kicker for the Argos. This is a short one, 21-yarder. No problem for Beatty. And that gets the Argos on the board with 1:27 to go in the opening quarter. It is 7-3. Ticats leading the Argonauts. So the Tiger Cats' points came from Lawrence Woods on the 99-yard punt return touchdown. Jalen Morton so far in the game, 1 for 3. That 4-yard completion was to Emmanuel Butler. It was actually very nearly picked off, but tipped, and Butler made the catch. Argos with an interception on the last series for the Tiger Cats. Jalen Morton, he's got David Ungerer to the far to the field side. Good to see Ungerer back in the lineup. He looks so confident in training camp. The handoff goes to Sean Thomas Erlington. He was a leader in touchdowns for the Tiger Cats a year ago. He battles for a couple of yards on that run.
Good to see STE out in the lineup again. He wasn't in the first preseason game. As we look down on the crowd, I'm seeing a lot of Sean Thomas Erlington jerseys.
He's very likable.
He is, man. He's a great teammate and an explosive running back. Always been every year he's a crucial part of the offense, but in a different way. Whatever is needed, that's a guy who can fill in and make it happen.
Here's a test for Jalen Morton and the Tiger Cats offense. It's 2nd and 7. They're on their own 43. Trying to keep this drive going. Morton with time. He's dropped back to his own 30. Now he steps up, might run, got to the line of scrimmage, and he finds Sean Thomas Erlington on the run down that left sideline. It's a big gain down to the Toronto 30-yard line. However, there is a flag on the play, and it looks like an official is down as well.
There is an official down on the field right now, and not getting up. We hope he's all right. The Ticats were setting up a screen to Sean Thomas Erlington to the left of Jalen Morton, and that was dead right from the start. But Jalen Morton kept it alive, escaped out to his left, and found Sean Thomas Erlington alone 15 yards downfield. I assume this is a holding in the offensive backfield, though, and sure enough, there it is, and they're marching it backwards quite a ways for a 2nd and long.
So the ball is brought back to the Hamilton 32-yard line. A big gain negated. The official who was down was blindsided. Didn't see the hit coming. To be honest, Luke, I didn't see it.
There was a setup screen that was dead. There's a lot of people moving in the defensive secondary. It's unfortunate. Hopefully he is okay and nothing too serious. But both team staffs are out on the field helping him. The Ticats find themselves in 2nd and 18. New to the CFL this year. At the start of this drive, Hamilton elected to take the ball on offense and not put their kick return unit out there, so they get the ball on the 40-yard line as opposed to years past at the 35. And it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I would assume that a lot more teams are going to elect to take that offensive play right away on the 40, and where the CFL has historically always been return game friendly, right? That's one of the beautiful things about our league is how important that return game is. But if offenses are getting a chance to line up on the 40, I bet we're going to see that happen a good deal more. And of course, the CFL is also historically offensively friendly and scoring friendly. So it'll just be a cool thing as the game develops to see how that's going to play out this year.
The official is up, getting off the field under his own power. It was an Argos player. It was deep in the Argos secondary. Didn't see who the player was, but the good news is the official appears to be okay, getting off under his own power. Tiger Cats pushed back to their own 32-yard line. It's 2nd and 18. 2nd and really long here. Jalen Morton trying to keep this drive going. Last play of the opening quarter, Tiger Cats leading 7-3. Jalen Morton with an empty backfield. Not a surprise with 18 yards to go and getting about halfway there. Maybe a little more with that completed pass. But it won't be enough for the first down. The Tiger Cats will have to punt. That's the end of the first quarter. Ticats with that great punt return from Lawrence Woods. Brought it back 99 yards for a touchdown. That has the Ticats in front 7-3 after a quarter here in Guelph. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. Start of the second quarter, Blake Hayes just punted 42 yards. And he landed it in bounds. It rolled out of bounds. Argos start from their own 25. A bobbled snap from McLeod Bethel-Thompson, and he was able to dump the pass off. And it's caught by Javon Leake. He'll be short of the first down.
Mark Washington, defensive coordinator for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, is electing to keep all his guys in the game right now. We've got your starting four. You've got Simone Lawrence and Jovan Santos-Knox, Cam Kelly, the linebacking core, all the guys with that great defense last year, they're still out there. And I think that goes back to that weak start in Montreal last week and trying to get some game reps and some quality 2-and-outs before they get off the field.
McLeod Bethel-Thompson trying to go up the middle on 2nd and 7, and it was incomplete. Davaris Daniels, the intended receiver, so that's a quick 2-and-out here for the Argonauts. And now the Argos will punt. Haggerty in, standing at his own 15-yard line. John Haggerty. And it's an end-over-end punt. It will bounce, and it's taking an Argos bounce. That'll send Dejan Lead back to his own 30. And he was running right along the sideline and finally pushed out of bounds just past the 40, right into his Tiger Cats sideline.
Dejan Lee managed that well. It was a short punt that took an Argonaut bounce, sort of awkward to handle, and while it wasn't a great kick, it sort of was Argonaut friendly, but Dejan Lee caught that, put his foot in the ground, and snuck an extra 8 yards where it really could have been a no gain. That's really a quality punt return. Your first job is to get the ball to your offense, and then you get whatever you can, no matter what that looks like in front of you.
Tiger Cats in this second quarter going into the sun. Jalen Morton, it's a handoff, and straight up the middle. Looks like Wes Hills, and it's taken, 4 or 5 Argos just to push him back, but his forward progress will get him a few yards.
Wes Hills sort of impressed us last week. I felt like he just runs downhill hard. That was an extra yard or two that he got just on that strength, going right up the middle there. It's hard to stop that strength with the first guy. And 2nd and 6 here with a chance to keep the drive alive for Jalen Morton.
Ball on the Hamilton 48. Jalen Morton looks to his right, throws to his right. It is complete to Donnell Williams. Across midfield into Argos territory. It is a Hamilton first down. Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down.
Jalen Morton 2 drives ago forced that throw that was errant and into the interception, but since then he's made a couple good decisions. That drive got snuffed out for a penalty, and now great throw on a slant there for a first down.
On the far hash mark, ball on the 52 of the Argos. It's a handoff, and Wes Hills up the middle again and making the Argos work to bring him down. That's a hard 2 or 3 yards from Wes Hills, but he'll get a reputation of a guy that's no fun to try to tackle.
Former Ticat Jaguar Davis, you heard there over the loudspeaker, in on the tackle, and one of my favorite teammates in that 2019 Grey Cup run, and now he finds himself in Toronto, and just a guy who is always going to be talked about any game he plays in, just always going to be making a play here or there.
A lot of smiles and handshakes before the game, but it's game on here. Throwing on 2nd and 9, Morton, a low throw, it goes incomplete. It looked like he was targeting Williams again, but the Tiger Cats will have to punt.
Wide receiver screen to Jalen Morton's far right. We saw the Argonauts have a play really get shut down quickly to Speedy B on a wide receiver screen. This early in the season, it is not an easy play. The timing of the targeted receiver and the quarterback and the wide receivers who are blocking, it takes some weeks to get that timing right, and both teams have not executed well on that wide receiver outside screen.
Blake Hayes on his own 45-yard line. Into punt again, left-legged kicker. And this is to the far side, running along the sideline for the Argos. Returning that kick was Darius Robertson.
Still a low flat kick. It was placed well, but not in the air long enough. And again, they got to keep on improving that game.
Second quarter, Tiger Cats still lead the Argonauts 7-3. We will be back. Just under 11 minutes to go in the opening half. RJ Broadhead along with Luke Tasker calling the final preseason game for the Tiger Cats and Argos. Great to have you with us on the Ticats Audio Network. Chance to find out Ticats and who's going to make this team leak. Gets the handoff. He will be a few yards shy of a first down.
You've still got a lot of the starting Argonaut offensive group in there too. I'm actually intrigued by this. I mean, we're well into the second quarter and a lot of starters still on the field for both teams, and a little longer than I would have expected.
A lot of these starters didn't play for the Argos in their first preseason game against Ottawa, so probably trying to get in rhythm. That pass, McLeod Bethel Thompson to one of his favorite receivers, Tavares Daniels. It'll be very close to a first down. What a yard shy, eh, Luke?
Yeah, it looks like a long yard, and they're going to keep the offensive unit on the field, it looks like.
Wow, they're on their own 29.
Yeah. Way back. We'll see how this goes. This is a good test for both teams in a situation like this.
Would this happen in the regular season?
I hope we see some of that this year. That's exciting stuff.
So under center is Chad Kelly.
Simmons, I believe.
Simmons, yes. It's Austin Simmons. And
they got it.
They got it. He got enough for the first down.
But number 12, Chad Kelly for the Argonauts is warming up on the sidelines. I'm sure they're going to make that switch soon and see how some of their young guys play. Chad Kelly is beat out, or presumably beat out, Pipkin for who's got some legitimate CFL experience.
Do we have Kelly and Tasker in the same stadium tonight?
We do. I can't wait to touch on that when he comes on the field. We come from a very we have a shared football lineage. It's cool to see him out here.
Bills fans know what we're talking about. Under 9 minutes to go in the half.
Wow.
Handoff to Leak and Cameron Kelly. He comes make a big tackle for a loss.
Cam Kelly from the Sam position came in and saw he was all over that, knew what was going on, and got a tackle for a loss immediately, seemingly after the snap of the ball. That was beautiful.
Cam Kelly in his second season, we've seen in this game, he's been in coverage a couple of times, and that's a nice tackle in the Argos backfield to make it 2nd and 12. Argos on their own 31. They kept this drive alive with a third down gamble and a long 1 yard they needed. Here's the check down to the running back Leak, and he flies through the middle over to the left hash mark as he cuts enough for a first down past the Argos 45-yard line.
Argonauts had a fairly low percentage on their 2nd and 7+ in their first preseason game, and there's a lot that goes into that, the new players and experimental sort of calls, but that's a really big play to do in preseason. 2nd and 12 in your own end. That was a nice conversion for the Argo offense.
15-yard gain. They're now on their 46. Fresh set of downs for McLeod Bethel Thompson. Backfield empties out, and he throws quickly to his left. It's Brandon Banks with a catch, and he was a couple of yards shy of the first down and battled his way to get there, and it's another first down for the Argonauts.
Speedy B still out there, a few catches tonight, and they are not shy about trying to involve him in this game, both just to make sure you get even the vets ready for a regular season, but you got to think Speedy's a little bit more involved tonight against Hamilton than maybe he would have been against another team.
Yes. Just over 7 minutes to go in the half. Argos moving the football. They're on the Hamilton 53. McLeod Bethel Thompson passing again, and on the run, he hits Markeith Ambles running to his left, and he gets another first down close to the 40-yard line of the Hamilton Tiger Cats and goes out of bounds at the Ticats sidelines.
Definitely Toronto's most consistent drive. They got a 2nd and long, converted it. Another conversion, another 2nd and 5 conversion there. They're sort of operating at the level they probably intended to do coming out tonight, and they've got all their starters out there. This is what you want to see as a head coach and an offensive coordinator in that last preseason game.
4 receivers to the field side. And it's a handoff to Javon Leake, and the Tiger Cats gave him nothing. Staying strong, Malik Carney was there. Ted Laurent. Lee Autry also in on that tackle, so the whole group limits it to a half-yard or 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9. Ball on the Ticats 40, so another second down here for McLeod, Bethel Thompson, and the Argos offense. Bethel Thompson under pressure. It's Cam Kelly putting that pressure on, and he had a wide open receiver. It was A.J. Richardson up the middle, but he couldn't make the catch, and it goes incomplete.
You said that was Cam Kelly putting on the pressure there, and that from his Sam position. He came off the edge, and the Ticats ran a zone, a thin zone blitz back there. McLeod Bethel Thompson was this close to figuring it out, but Cam Kelly had just enough pressure to force that ball a little bit behind the receiver.
Boris Beatty comes out. Try for his second field goal. This will be a lengthier one. 47-yard attempt for Boris Beatty. This is well within his range. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up. It is wide though. Dejon Lee. Oh, he's flying as he tries to get out of the end zone. He's out of the end zone, up to the 10, and got to maybe the 12-yard line before the Argos forced him out of bounds. Missed field goal means the Tiger Cats maintain their 7-3 lead with 5 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the half. We'll take a break. This is the Ticats Audio Network. RJ Broadhead along with Luke Tasker. There's 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the opening half in the final preseason game. Tiger Cats lead the Argonauts 7-3. Tiger Cats offense came from Lawrence Woods in the first quarter. He ran back a punt, 99 yards for the touchdown. The offense, Jalen Morton has been the quarterback for this opening half. He's 3 for 7, 24 yards. And now starting deep in their own zone on their own 13-yard line. Morton, a handoff to Wes Hills. Wes Hills does what he does.
Fighting. Extra 3-4 yards from that strong second effort, second and third.
That'll wear a defense down.
Yep.
Not one person can tackle Wes Hills. It takes a group.
To get more than half on that first down, backed up in your own end, that's just huge. A 2nd and 3 feels a lot better than a 2nd and long or a 2nd and even 7 when you're backed up like this.
7-yard gain now on the 20-yard line. So 2nd and 3. Jalen Morton. It was a bobbled snap, but he got it into the hands of Wes Hills, who spins and has enough for a first down. However, there is a flag on the play.
Alex Fontana, I think, center for the Tiger Cats, got called on the holding there. And that is exactly, especially when you're backed up, especially when you're just trying to get that one first down. That really is the goal of an offense when you're backed up to your own 10-yard line like this drive started. You're getting one first down. You're not telling yourself you got to score a touchdown. You're not even saying let's get into field goal range. The goal is to get one first down, and that great run is negated by a holding, and 2nd and 12 is a tough call here behind your own 10.
You'd think they'll have to pass. Jalen Morton, 2nd and really long on the Hamilton 10. Looks to his left. Now he throws up the middle, and Donnell Williams, it was a high pass on this near sideline. Tried to go up and get it. He could not haul it in. Good coverage by Robert Priester. And now the Tiger Cats will punt from deep in their own zone.
I liked Jalen Morton's thought there, but he was a second and a half late getting that ball into that deep place behind a low corner and the high halfback. Just not perfect timing there. That comes with time and practice, and that's not gonna do it at game speed here.
And this is where the Tiger Cats need a good punt. Blake Hayes, the 23-year-old, and the punt will get right to midfield. And that's where Javon Leake gets it. He spins to his right, and he's across the 45, close to the Hamilton 40-yard line. Argos starting with good field position. With 3.5 to go in the opening half, it's 7-3 Tiger Cats. This is the Ticats Audio Network. Tiger Cats lead the Argos in the preseason from Alumni Stadium in Guelph, 7-3, getting close to the 3-minute warning. I'm RJ Broadhead along with former CFL All-Star Luke Tasker. Tiger Cats still have a lot of their starters on defense. Few changes on the defensive line. Roneen Bingham is in there. Lee Autry's in there for Dylan Wynn and Ted Laurent. But the Argos offense, starting offense, has stayed out there. Looks like they're going to get this full first half.
Speedy B, McLeod, Bethel Thompson, Curly Gittens Jr., they've all been on for the whole game, getting some real true season experience here in the last preseason game.
Trying to get that chemistry. McLeod, Bethel Thompson throws to his right. Davaris Daniels. That's a big gain inside the Hamilton 20. Finally brought down by Simone Lawrence and Alden Darby. That might be one of the reasons they're leaving this offense on. Daniels and Bethel Thompson earlier had a little miscommunication. Looks like they've got it back now.
Prior to that missed field goal, they were putting a nice drive together too. It seems like the Toronto offense kind of out to a sputtering start with a third and out, 3 and out on their as they went forward down on the Ticats end, and now they're threatening again.
Alden Darby went straight to the Ticats sideline after that tackle. McLeod, Bethel Thompson, quick throw to his left. Speedy B was open, and again he got a hand on it, but it was just a little too far.
I'm going to give Speedy the doubt. There's still a little sun coming to that corner of the end zone. I'm not going to make excuses.
Your old teammate.
But that is a hard catch sometimes.
We're at the 3-minute warning. Ticats lead the Argos 7-3. We'll be back from Alumni Stadium in Guelph on the Ticats Audio Network. 2 minutes, 37 seconds to go in the half. Tiger Cats lead the Argos 7-3, but Toronto's on the Hamilton 23. It's 2nd and 10. Good news for the Hamilton secondary. Alden Darby, who went off, is back on. There's a flag that flies, and Bethel Thompson with time try to pass, but terrific coverage by Ciante Evans to get a hand in there and knock it away. Incomplete, but again, there is that flag.
They're pointing Toronto's way. I think one of their receivers in their waggle was a little too soon hitting the line of scrimmage. And that penalty is going to be declined, right? And there's again pushed back and back, this Hamilton starting defense, but they're getting stout right when Toronto gets down into scoring zone, and now they're bringing the field goal unit out for a third as their 3rd and 10 on the Hamilton 20-yard line.
Montreal last week had over 360 yards passing, but it's just stats. They didn't get enough points to win the game, and so far Toronto's been held to 1 field goal. They did gamble early on a 3rd and 5 in Hamilton's end. Looked like sure points, certainly with Boris Beatty. This is a short one for him from 25 yards, a field goal attempt, and it is good. He has missed a field goal in this game as well. Otherwise, the Argos probably would be ahead, but it is a slim lead for the Tiger Cats, 7-6, with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the half. What have you thought of the Tiger Cats offense so far in this opening half?
There's just been glimpses, right? There's just been glimpses of consistency, and Jalen Morton has done a few good things, and of course he had a forced turnover, just trying to make something happen there as a play was really had nothing going, but he has shown glimpses. It has not been all bad. It certainly does, I got to say, look like a preseason game. You know, there's sort of a lack of consistent and productive offense, but I expect to see him in the second half still.
Jalen Morton, play action to West Hills. It's a hard pass, and what a great catch by 6'4" receiver Emmanuel Butler. He had to jump up to get it. It was all hands stretched out, and he'll be close to a first down.
Ticats ran a double slant to Jalen Morton's right. Quick drop, and he threw that right on a target to Emmanuel Butler, whose legs were kind of getting swept out from under him as he stabbed that ball with his hands for a really firm, solid catch.
2nd and 1. Ball on the Hamilton 49-yard line. Jalen Morton Three receivers begin a waggle. He'll hand it off to Wes Hills, and he barrels over the first Argo defender, and he's got enough for the first down. Takes more than one to tackle Wes Hills. We've learned that. Big number 34 gets the Ticats a first down.
After that catch for the 8-9 yard gain, Emmanuel Butler, that very next play, he's called in there, and he's got a big, strong body, and he came in to make that sort of hit block, adding into the line of scrimmage on that linebacker who adds in with him, and that's a tough job. That's hard work to do it, and he gets his head in there. A guy like that's going to be asked to do that all season if he's going to be an important part of this offense.
Jalen Morton, back to pass, takes some time up the middle. There's Keandre Smith. You'll hear a big cheer here in Guelph for Keandre Smith. Was a member of the Guelph Griffins last year, and that's an exciting moment, a professional catch here at his old stadium.
So here we go. Jalen Morton stringing one together here, RJ. 2 completions for him in a row on this drive. 2 first downs.
First down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling. Now on the Argos 45-yard line. Handoff goes to Wes Hills, puts that shoulder down. He'll get a few yards. Other thing to note here, Luke, is it's all rookie receivers out there for Jalen Morton as well as they try to make their mark. And we saw how important the depth at receiver was for the Tiger Cats last season.
Last year when we were in the booth, the only difference from that receiving core from the year before was me. Everyone else was still there. And this year, it is a whole group of young guys, and it's going to look a little different this year. Tommy Condell is going to figure out what this group is built for and how they're going to thrive.
Dunbar, Tim White, Braylon Addison not playing tonight. Jalen Morton, he's got a scramble. Now he rolls to his right. The pressure's on, and this time he throws it away. So there was a conversation. You had mentioned it earlier, Luke, when he tried to force that pass and ended up throwing an interception. This time he made sure no one was getting that.
Yeah, there was nothing happening. 2nd and 9 is not a time to force something. He kept it for as long as he could and had to put that one out of bounds. It looks like they're going to kick a 51-yard field goal here from the left hash.
Well, this is part of the test. Seth Small signed with the Tiger Cats on May 26th. Texas A&M all-time points leader. He's just 22 years old. This is a 51-yard attempt for Seth Small. The kick is up. He's got the leg for it. It's good.
Beautiful.
51-yard field goal from the 22-year-old.
Blake Hayes on the hold there, and it was a smooth operation. That looked really nice. That's promising.
Seth Small, a beautiful kick. And that's exactly what the Tiger Cats need, although their kickers haven't been an issue. They've been pretty good in these 2 preseason games. Perfect, in fact. Have not missed a field goal.
Argos elect to take the ball on the 40-yard line. As you'd expect, there's 42 seconds left in the half as they try to drive and get into field goal range, at least here. Ticats with a 4-point lead as we go into half shortly.
10-6, Ticats lead. Argos starting from their own 40-yard line. McLeod, Bethel Thompson throws to his left. It's a long throw, and it's complete at that far side. Caught by Markeith Ambles.
Out route to McLeod. Bethel Thompson's left, right at the sticks. Ciante Evans was high from his halfback position and a little too easy there.
Into Hamilton territory now on the Ticats 51. Quick throw from Bethel Thompson. It's caught and working his way to the 45-yard line. Looked like it was caught by Cam Phillips.
Flag in the defensive secondary, and it's a face mask, I think they're calling. I believe Tunde Adeleke caught somebody just in their route, and it's sort of that errant, you're just trying to get hands in the chest, but you happen to get that one finger in a face mask, and that's costly at this time. I mean, that right there, those 2 plays and a penalty, they're well into Boris Beatty's field goal range now.
On the Hamilton 30, it's 10-6. It's a 4-point game. There's 25 seconds to go in the half. McLeod, Bethel Thompson passing. Looks to the near sideline. It is a completion to Davaris Daniels. He's right near that first down marker, and they will give him the first down.
That was Patrick Nelson in on the tackle there for the Ticats, who I believe has replaced Simone Lawrence as we on this last drive of the first half.
Argos into the red zone on the Hamilton 18. Another pass to Daniels and brought down by Alden Darby. Rather, that wasn't Daniels. That was the rookie A.J. Richardson who made the catch. Darby did make the tackle.
Good to see Darby back in the lineup after he left the field a drive ago.
Ball on the 11-yard line. McLeod Bethel Thompson looks to his left, throws to the back of the end zone, and it is knocked away. Good coverage by Richard Leonard right at the back of the end zone.
2 seconds left. 3rd down and 3 on the Ticat 11-yard line. They are going to bring Boris Beatty out to tack on 3 points to make this a 1-point lead for the Ticats heading into halftime.
This will be the last play of the half. Final preseason game for both the Argos and the Tiger Cats. These two met in the East Division final. Last season, Tiger Cats won that, became East Division champions. The rivalry is strong. Boris Beatty. Short kick. An 18-yarder is good, and it's a close game. At the half, it is 10-9. Tiger Cats leading, but it was the Lawrence Woods 99-yard punt return touchdown that is the difference for the Tiger Cats that has them ahead. So the special teams looking good. It's a close game here at Alumni Stadium in Guelph. Tiger Cats at the half with Louis B. and Andy Fantuz is next on the Ticats Audio Network.
Ticats Audio Network.
Welcome back. Beautiful evening in Guelph Alumni Stadium. Preseason wraps up for the Tiger Cats and the Argonauts. 1 half to go. It's a close game. Tiger Cats lead the Argos 10-9. Big play for the Tiger Cats was the Lawrence Woods punt return for a touchdown, 99 yards. No passing touchdowns for either of these teams in the preseason yet. Is that a good thing, bad thing, or indifferent? Does it matter going into the season if there isn't a passing touchdown?
You know, I think both teams would like to get that monkey off their back. I think it'd be great to get in the end zone, to have your receivers score, to get some film and get one of your young quarterbacks a chance to throw a touchdown in the CFL. And I'll be surprised if we see McLeod Bethel Thompson on the field again, though who knows. Would not be surprised if we see more of Jalen Morton for the Ticats take some more reps.
Jamie Newman also for the Tiger Cats. We will find out who's going to be in very shortly as the Tiger Cats will receive to begin this second half. I'm RJ Broadhead. He's Luke Tasker. Great to have you with us on the Ticats Audio Network. Beautiful evening for football in Guelph. Hardly a wind. Just under 20 degrees Celsius. We are under the lights now. Back to return the kick, Dejon Lee and Sean Thomas Erlington. Dejon Lee listed at 5'7", and he's quick. He will return this kick. Catches it at his 15. Has some blocking help. Runs to his left. And the Argos try to stop him there. He cuts back into the middle, but the Argos were there too. Got up to the 30-yard line. And that's where the Tiger Cats offense will go to work. Jamie Newman in at quarterback. So the first half belonged to Jalen Morton. They've got him listed at 6 completions for 44 yards, but only 5 receivers caught a pass. So it's probably 5 for 11 in that opening half for Jalen Morton. Threw an interception, 44 yards. Jamie Newman comes in. It's a low snap. Had to grab it with one hand and decides to keep it himself. Runs ahead, and that could have been trouble for the Tiger Cats. Good hands by Newman, and he turned it into positive yardage.
Nice play. One-hand catch from your center on the first play is not what you were hoping for, but good snag and keeps
Welcome
it to
the
his
game.
Really good play. 2nd and 3. He found his way up the field a little bit for a positive gain. All new guys, and the Ticats have 12 new out there. It's a fresh set of players to get some experience in the second half here.
Ball on the Tiger Cats 38-yard line. 3 yards to go. Newman, a low snap, hands off to Dejon Lee. Tries to put his shoulder down, and the Argos were there. made the stop, but a flag flies after the play.
You know, a preseason game, but these guys who just took the field, this is the most important night of maybe the season for them. So
True.
now, of course, we can see some pushing and shoving on the first drive of the half here. Waiting for the call. They're one of those where there's a lot of guys in the mix right at the line of scrimmage. The Ticats were stopped short of the first down.
And it's against the Tiger Cats. Malik Irons was the runner on the play for the Tiger Cats, his first touch.
And that foul was after the play was called dead. It is third down and 20.
Yeah.
No,
So,
it is third down. They just haven't changed the sticks yet.
yeah,
there we
it's
go.
third down and a lot.
Yep. And we talked about it last week. This is just as important a rep for this game as any offensive play. They have to get this punt unit right.
So Joel Whitford, he comes in. Blake Hayes was the punter in the opening half. Joel Whitford, the incumbent in his second season. Tiger Cats, they need that consistent punting. This is a good kick from Whitford. It's a high spiral back at the Argos 40, and great coverage, a 5-yard return. So that is about as good as you can expect as Joel Whitford pounded that punt, and great coverage by the special teams.
Look at what that kick does. And those punters are trying to get it at the numbers or outside of the numbers, and that was right up the alley between the numbers and the hash, but it was so deep with such great hang time that his unit got a chance to get down there and get in position while staying out of the halo. That was really an impressive punt, and the Argos seem to have drawn a flag on the play too, or committed an error, and they're going all the way back to their 29-yard line. That was a really impressive flipping of the field right there.
Was it ever?
Hugely
Whitford
valuable.
Just in front of his own goal line. And in practice, I was watching him at camp, and he was kicking over 60-yarders. That was a big kick, and the Argos have to start from their own 29-yard line. In at quarterback is Chad Kelly, completes his pass. It is Jamari Hester, 6'6" receiver, and he will be close to a first down.
Lawrence Woods, the only player with a touchdown in this game, was in on the tackle. It was a great stop.
Patrick Nelson is injured for the Tiger Cats.
So Chad Kelly's on the field.
Yes.
Our shared football lineage. Chad Kelly is wearing the Kelly number 12 out there, and his uncle is the Hall of Famer Jim Kelly, of course. And my dad and Jim are still to this day great friends, but we're on the Super Bowl teams, or the Super Bowl 4 times in a row Super Bowl appearances with the Buffalo Bills. And
yes.
Kind of cool to see Chad. I saw him in high school playing in Western New York, and really, really talented kid. I would love to see him stay up here and have a career in the CFL. He's just great to have that shared football background with him. That's very cool.
Yes, well, you both come from the great football heritage, and that knowledge is very, very valuable. We see it in so many sports where sons are able to follow in the footsteps of their fathers or uncles. And obviously the Argos like Chad Kelly. Antonio Pipkin, who was the backup quarterback to McLeod Bethel Thompson for most of last season. He was released, and Chad Kelly, he comes in here and looks like he might be the backup. Completed his first pass. It was a 9-yard gain, so 2nd and 1 here for the Argos. They're on their own 38-yard line. Under center, that was Austin Simmons, the other quarterback of the 3 the Argos have on their roster, who gets enough for the first down. So Simmons has been short yardage a couple of times for the Argos. Looks like this half might belong to Chad Kelly. 10-9, Tiger Cats lead the Argonauts. 3 field goals for Toronto, a punt return touchdown by Lawrence Woods, and a 51-yard field goal from Seth Small. Kelly hands off. It's Daniel Adebawboy. And he'll get a couple of yards on that carry.
Good stop there. The Ticats force them to 2nd and 7, shy of their own 45-yard line. probably going to see another Chad Kelly pass here.
2nd and 8. Chad Kelly, 3 receivers to the field side, and he steps back in the shotgun, throws up the middle.
Wow.
It is into tight coverage, but caught. It was hauled in by Jamari Hester, who's got a couple of passes now from Chad Kelly. They both seem to be working well together.
Great catch behind Hester's body. Chad Kelly put it right in the gap between the will and the halfback, and maybe he expected Hester to stop, but either way, Hester made an unbelievably athletic grab for the first down.
A couple of CFL rookies hooking up a couple of times. 6'6" receiver. This is another completion. Kelly ran to his right, threw to his left, and completed it over the middle to Cam Phillips. Again, close to a first down. Argos in Hamilton territory. Ball on the 44-yard line of the Ticats. 2nd down, 2 yards to go for the Argos. Chad Kelly in shotgun, hands it off, and it's Adebaboye again, and he will run slightly to his left. Good enough for an Argos first down.
You can see the difference in that defensive line for Hamilton with, that first half you had, Dylan Wynn, Ted Laurent, all those guys, Julian Hauser playing for most of that first half, and it's a younger group of guys here, and you lose a little bit of that stout run stop.
10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Hard pass to his right from Kelly. Didn't even take a step back. It's complete, and weaving his way down for another first down is Cam Phillips. So Chad Kelly has this Argos offense rolling there, getting close to the red zone on the Hamilton 24-yard line. Fresh set of downs. Kelly will pass again. Gets it in the shotgun and throws immediately, this time to his right. Phillips, and he'll have enough for another first down. Now the Argos are in the red zone, getting close to a first passing touchdown of the preseason.
Yeah, they've got a good rhythm going. That was a high halfback to Chad Kelly's right, and it was all hitches across the board. You just pick that matchup with the softest part of the defense there, and another first down conversion.
You can see what the Argos like in Chad Kelly, number 12. This time it's handed off to Adebaboye, and he is slick. 360 move, going to his right, cut back to his left, and he will be a pretty good gain on first down. Looked like he got 6 or 7.
Adebaboye has also been impressive on this drive. He's had a couple of the nice gains there, and he's running with some real energy. He's spinning out of things with some violence and making sure to not get tackled by that first Ticat defender.
On the 5-yard line, 2nd and 3. Chad Kelly heads off to Adebaboye again, and he's working to get to the end zone. He will be just short. Tiger Cats held strong just as he got close to that goal line.
Probably good for the first down. They had to gain about to the 2-yard line for that, and they did. Looks like they're marking it first down on the Ticat 2 or 3-yard line.
So this is 1st and goal. Tiger Cats leading the game 10-9. It is close. Argos have had the ball for the majority of this third quarter. In at quarterback in this short yardage is Austin Simmons. Chad Kelly was able to march the Argos down the field. Now under center is Simmons. He's going to keep it, try to get ahead. There are flags and no signal for a touchdown. Looks like it'll be 2nd down, and we'll see what the flags are.
Good stop by the Hamilton defense. Bailey Feltmate right in there with his arms around the football, and I do not think they really got close to breaking the plane of the end zone. They're going to line it up again at the 1-yard line. The CFL, the ball never gets lined up inside of the 1-yard line, but it is first down again. Presumably that was a Ticat penalty. We seem to have missed the call up from our.
Yeah, they're not announcing it in the stadium. The referee doesn't have the microphone. Austin Simmons under center again. He'll keep again, run to his right, and he's in for a touchdown. But there is another flag on the play. So if this is against...
Okay.
If it's against Hamilton, it'll count, but no, it is against Toronto, so not a touchdown.
False start there, and they'll back this one up for another first down, the third first down in a row, now from the Hamilton 6-yard line. So presumably Chad Kelly's going to come back on the field here and maybe get a chance to run a more traditional offensive play. And Hamilton defense gets a chance to put their heels in the ground. It has been sort of an all-Argonaut drive down the field this far.
You're right, Luke. It is Chad Kelly in at quarterback. Ball on the 6-yard line. First down, Argos, empty backfield, the pressure's on. Kelly escapes one and throws it away as the second wave was coming, courtesy of Trey Crawford, but very close to a sack, and Kelly wisely got rid of that football.
Great pressure by the Ticats defense. They had everybody back there and so close to being what would have been maybe a 7-8 yard loss, and at this field position, that would be a costly sack. Chad Kelly did a great job of escaping that. Now they find themselves second and goal on the 6. Big stop here for the Hamilton defense.
Kelly still in at quarterback. He'll be passing, doesn't take a step, throws a strike. It's a touchdown pass. It's caught, and the Argos are able to get their first passing touchdown of the season. They lead the game. It was caught by Markeith Ambles.
First passing touchdown either of these teams have thrown this preseason. You know, it's very clear to see these are some young guys in for the Hamilton defense, and they haven't had that much time together to communicate, to organize, and the rest of this half is a chance for them to tighten up a little bit and to really get on the same page.
It was Isaiah Wright who caught that touchdown pass. They're going for 2 here. And Kelly avoids the wave again. He's tough to bring down. Throwing on the run, it goes incomplete. Kelly again eluding pressure and trying to make something happen. Could not get the 2-point conversion. It's a 15-10 lead now. Toronto's ahead. We'll be back with third quarter action from Guelph on the Ticats Audio Network. Argos, with 6:29 to go in the third quarter, lead the Tiger Cats 15-10. Preseason action. I'm RJ Broadhead along with Luke Tasker. Chad Kelly, the nephew of Jim Kelly, comes in, goes 6 for 8, 66 yards and a touchdown. So his preseason action, pretty effective. Gives the Argos the lead. Now the Tiger Cats will try to answer under the lights here at Alumni Stadium in Guelph. Dejon Lee takes the kickoff at his own 15, runs to his right, gets by one tackle, breaks another, and finally brought down just past the 30-yard line.
Great return. The best guys, firstly, are always going to put the ball back in their offensive hands, and secondly, can make the first guy miss, you know.
So the
Ticat down on the field here after that kickoff return.
Yes, just in front of the Ticats sideline.
Sort of knock on wood. I mean, they've had a fairly healthy training camp. A few dinged up players. Carriel Brooks, notably so. Though hopefully we see him back early on in the season. But tonight there's been a couple stoppages. There's been a couple injuries, and you hate to see that, especially on the cusp of starting off the regular season.
Looks like it might be Ronheen Bingham. It is. And he's able to get off the field under his own power, jog off the field. Tiger Cats now have Jamie Newman in at quarterback. Tiger Cats trailing the Argos all of a sudden, 15-10. The offense came from a great punt return from Lawrence Woods. 99-yard punt return touchdown. And he has a couple of tackles on defense as well. So he's doing all he can to establish himself on this Tiger Cats team. No Dane Evans, no Matthew Schultz at quarterback. We did not see Braylon Addison, Don Jackson, Tim White, Stephen Dunbar, Pappy White. So a lot of the starters on offense have not played tonight. Jalen Morton was quarterback for the opening half. Now it's Jamie Newman in. And there's some movement before this ball's even snapped. Flags fly.
Yeah, that was a preseason mistake. There was about 50-50 of guys who thought that was on one and thought it was on two. But they're also pointing across the line of scrimmage. It looks like some Argos got it too, but there you go. They are gonna call this one on the Argonauts. There was all kinds of stuff going on up there, but preseason for both sides.
So that'll make it a little easier for Jamie Newman. 1st and 5 now on the 36-yard line. Newman has Malik Irons to his right now. He goes in as a blocker and the pressure coming, so Newman has to run, and he'll be very close to a first down.
Yeah.
Looks like he has enough. So Newman looked at his options, didn't like what he saw, decided to keep it and got the first down.
Yep, smart time to take off. That 5-yard gain just enough as he gets to the ground before the hit right at the sticks. Smart play and first down just shy of their own 45-yard line.
So Jamie Newman led the game-winning drive last week against Montreal in the preseason. Didn't have a completed pass, still has not completed a pass. Handed off a couple of times, ran a couple of times, and he's going to run again. Get a yard on that run. So we're yet to see the passing game of Jamie Newman.
I'm thinking we're going to see it right here, RJ.
Second and long?
Second and 8, but shy of midfield here. You need another good 20, almost 25 yards to get in the field goal range. This is a big conversion here for a young quarterback.
Hamilton on their own 45-yard line. Crowd getting loud. Packed house. Just over 4,000 here at Alumni Stadium in Guelph. And again, just as the ball is snapped, the flags are flying, and this one's in the Toronto backfield. Or secondary, rather. And it's on the Tiger Cats.
That's second and 12 feels different than 2nd and 8. They're probably going to keep this play on, but you can tell in the first preseason game, the Ticats only had 6 penalties. Not unusual.
Yes.
You can see the young guys are in, and we've had a lot of flags here in this third quarter.
This will be a test. They're calling it 2nd and 13. Ball on the 40-yard line. Jamie Newman back to pass. Looks to his left. Now throws up the middle. It is complete to Andrew Boston. 6'3" receiver. He's a big target. He's going to be short of the first down, but he was hard to bring down. Took a couple of Argos to team up and bring Boston down. He had a fantastic catch at camp on Wednesday that had everybody cheering. So he gets his first catch here tonight.
It's funny. You see a lot of these young American receivers running to the line of scrimmage and forgetting that they got to be back for a waggle. It's hard to get your mind around that. And they're, running up like that American formation. And it just, this is that time where they got to start getting themselves used to this game and to the speed and to the waggle and all that.
Tiger Cats punting. Joel Whitford from his own 40. It's another good kick.
Punt.
Really good. Up high, inside the 10, and the coverage is right there. Trying to make something happen on the return were the Argos, but great coverage. Big hit. Looks like Valentin Nua was in on that one, and the returner for the Argos was Darius Robertson. Here in the third quarter, it's 15-10. Argos lead the Ticats. We'll be back on the Ticats Audio Network. Argos lead the Tiger Cats by 5, fresh off their first touchdown, led by Chad Kelly. 66-yard drive. Here he is again, and he had an open receiver, went through the hands of DeMonte Coxey, and goes incomplete.
Voshon Joseph, number 28 for the Ticats, might have got a hand in there. It was close, or even if he didn't touch it, it looked like he probably, when you're a receiver and you expect it to be touched, sometimes that's very hard, and you want to have that one back, but very close to being a nice 10-yard gain there.
Argos deep in their own zone thanks to a great punt by Joel Whitford. He's had 2 terrific punts in this second half. Second and long, it is picked off. Michael Witherspoon picks it off at the 35-yard line, rolls ahead for a couple, and the Tiger Cats defense comes up huge.
They're stoked up,
just
RJ.
over 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Michael Witherspoon picks off Chad Kelly, and now the Tiger Cats will go to work. We'll be back on the Ticats Audio Network. Michael Witherspoon with the interception, and the Tiger Cats offense steps on the field. They will start from the Argos 34-yard line. Down by 5. Final preseason game. Jamie Newman. He's rushed a couple of times for 16 yards. Currently the leading rusher for the Tiger Cats. Completed his only pass, and he's looking deep. It's a beautiful spiral. Anthony Johnson's open. Touchdown, Tiger Cats! A beautiful pass from Newman, hauled in by Johnson. That's exactly how they drew it up. Tiger Cats are ahead again.
It was beautiful. Great release and route down the left sideline. And Newman put that ball in the perfect spot with a great ball flight, perfect timing. That was a really beautiful touchdown. It looks like guys who've been playing together for seasons. And to go bang, bang with an interception, almost in score zone, right backed up with a Hamilton Tiger Cat touchdown. It's just like the win last week. It's just great to practice that kind of turnaround. You can coach that all day. You can put that up on the board and say, look at these turnovers and how costly they are, and that's how you execute and make the most of it.
Great play. Oh, the Oski Wee Wee is going on here at Alumni Stadium. Tiger Cats going for 2. The handoff goes to Malik Irons. Tries to go up the middle. He got right down to the goal line, but did not cross it. The Argos defense holds steady and stopped him right there. So it's a 16-15 lead. Back to a 1-point lead for the Tiger Cats. We're late in the third quarter. That has to make Jamie Newman feel really good. Anthony Johnson was their leading receiver in their first game against Montreal, and he comes up with that big touchdown catch tonight. We talked about the no passing touchdowns. Ticats have one now.
Ticats got one. Toronto got theirs, and the third quarter was really, really a slow start for Hamilton, and so you look for a player to jumpstart the team when that happens. They got two jump starts back to back with a turnover, and then a nice throw down the sidelines for a touchdown from Jamie Newton. A lot of football left to play too. That's a great,
yes.
great turn of events, and kind of you're looking for some things to happen like that in a preseason game, so you can coach them, talk about them, practice them. Good all around.
We don't want to speculate too much, but Dane Evans, Matthew Schultz, neither one played tonight. So you'd have to think that's the starter and the backup. And then Jalen Morton and Jamie Newman going head-to-head here. Morton had the first half. Newman had the second half. And he's 2 for 2, 44 yards and a touchdown. Kickoff. Argos able to get it up to the 35-yard line. And there is a flag on the field.
Came in late. I got to think this is a holding. It looks like they're going to march this off in Toronto's favor. Nope, I take it back. So holding at the top of the, or at the end of that return there, and Toronto gets marched back just shy of their own 20-yard line.
Well, it's preseason for everybody, even the guys with the sticks. That was the confusion, Luke. They were going the other way where the officials were taking the ball deeper into Toronto's end. So they're into position now. Just over 2 minutes to go. Third quarter. It's a close game. 16-15. Handoff again to Adebaboye. And he'll get a gain of a few yards.
It's a young group out there right now in the Hamilton defense. You do have some returners, Stavros Katsantonis, notably so, who at times had really, really impactful plays last year as the Ticats were moving themselves towards playoffs and towards a Grey Cup appearance. And one more year of experience under his belt, and I expect to see a lot more of him this year again.
Kyle Wilson in at middle linebacker. He was tied for the team lead with 5 tackles against Montreal. Dylan Widd said he likes him because he's a hitter too. Chad Kelly, 2nd and 6, and he's going deep down this right sideline, and it is incomplete, but very tight coverage. There's a flag, and that will be pass interference against the Hamilton Tiger Cats. It was intended for number 00, Ernest Edwards, and the penalty's on Reggie Cole.
Ernest Edwards slow to get up there. That was a bomb down the right sidelines for the Toronto offense. Really tight coverage. Whenever a defensive back, whenever they're in close contact.
So flags flew, Luke, and it appeared it was going to be pass interference, but the ball comes back. The penalty was on Toronto.
It was late in the defensive secondary. I think that they actually got this offensive PI. And to be honest, from up here, RJ, and you said it live, it didn't look that way to me. But you got to choose. You got to choose somebody. There's 4 hands in there. Probably all of them are in the wrong place. So you can pick who you want to blame on it. But it was certainly a lot of contact at the top of the route there. And usually we, kind of historically, we see that generally go the way of the offense. And last week Hamilton gets pushed into a field goal range for the last play of the game on a similar sort of, call it a 50-50 ball from Jamie Newton that last week, and Chad Kelly's pass here turns up going, well, there's a mix. Now the ball's marched back to where it was, so it turns out the Ticats are going to decline that penalty, I think, forcing it. Instead of 2nd and long, they're in 3rd and 6.
Okay.
Yeah,
a little bit confusing here. Good coverage,
stay tuned.
As it turns out, by Reggie Cole.
Yeah.
Not a penalty, good coverage. Here's what's happening. It's the Argos punting.
There we go. Yep.
That's the easiest way to explain it. And Boris Beatty, he'll come on to punt. In the opening half, it was John Haggerty. He was kicking pretty well. Beatty handled both duties for the Argos. And this is Dejan Lee, got it at his own 50. Now he's into Toronto territory, down to the 45-yard line. Finally brought down right in front of the Hamilton sideline on the far side. And there is a flag.
You can see how sloppy it's been with the penalties now in this second half as these young guys are fighting for roster spots. This one's on Hamilton. The flag was thrown late. Dejan Lee really put a pretty decent return together, and he made some forward progress, but guys fighting a little bit too hard and too long draw that holding and negate what was a gritty return. Ticats back in their own territory.
It'll be interesting to see if Dejan Lee makes the Tiger Cats. For Ticats fans who haven't been out to camp, neither preseason game's been televised. Where's number 24? He's not very big, but those feet, they're moving so fast, and he can cut. He's one of those small guys that you kind of feel it gets the opportunity. He might be a fan favorite. Jamie Newman, play action, and hands off to Malik Irons, who goes straight up the middle, and he'll be very close to a first down.
Nice hard run, broke through that front wall in the defense and bursted for an extra 6 or 7 yards. Malik Irons was on and off the field last year for the Ticats, stepping in when he had to, and good young Canadian who's going to try to carve out another role for himself on the Ticats this year.
Tony Brown, the receiver, he went off the field. On comes Jake Bird. It's 2nd and 1. Tiger Cats have some options here. Jamie Newman, he'll step back to pass. He's looking deep again. A good spiral. Just out of the reach of Donnell Williams. Almost that same play that he connected with Anthony Johnson on this near sideline, going deep. And that missed by about a foot and a half. It was close.
Donnell Williams, he did get tangled up trying to downfield release on the Toronto cornerback to the boundary side, but he has got to run through that and keep running with his arms down like a track sprinter down the sidelines. What happened there, he kind of got tangled up and then ran with his arms out, and I can hear Tommy Condell, for all the years of my football, yelling at me and other guys for doing just that. It's so hard to do. You want to make the catch. You see the ball up in the lights, and you kind of want to just put your hands towards it, but you just have to have the discipline to run through and stab it at the last second.
So that was a 2nd and 1. Tiger Cats have taken a penalty there. That moved them back 10 yards, so now it's 2nd and 11. Ball on the Tiger Cats 49. This will be the last play of the third quarter. Jamie Newman under pressure, has to roll to his right, dumps it off to Irons, who will be a couple of yards shy of the first down.
We'll see if they keep the offense on the field here. We're going to enter into the fourth quarter. 3rd and 3, I don't know. You might give your guys a chance here, but they also got to work on punting, as we've talked about.
It's true. It's preseason. We'll find out. The suspense, we've built it up for you. 16-15, Ticats lead the Argos after 3 quarters at Alumni Stadium in Guelph. This is the Ticats Audio Network. Tiger Cats decide to punt, and it's a good Tiger Cat roll inside the 10, and punt coverage really good. So Joel Whitford, that was more of a finesse punt where he was trying to pin the Argos deep, and he was able to do it. So 3 punts for Whitford, all have been pretty good.
Yep. Much better punt net tonight than we saw in week 1. And now the Argos have a long field to drive to start off the fourth quarter.
Chad Kelly in at quarterback. They'll start from their own 9. So Whitford able to pin the Argos deep. Good coverage there as well, and good tackling on the handoff. Only a 1-yard gain for the Argos out of a Bobbier.
Sterling Johnson for the Hamilton Tiger Cats in on the tackle there, and great play. Second and 10 from your own 10-yard line. Boy, great chance here for the Toronto offense to put this on film and to do this, and for the Hamilton defense, the inverse, to make this stop and help your offense get a short field to play on. This is a big play here in the fourth quarter.
Ball on the 9. They're saying no gain. 2nd and 10. Chad Kelly under pressure. Tried to go up the middle to Daniel Adebaboye, and it is incomplete. He couldn't come up with a catch, and the Argos will have to punt from their own end zone.
Here's an interesting one, RJ. We've talked about how the new tight hash marks of the CFL are going to affect the game. How about this? Your hash marks are into the punt formation here. So Boris Beatty, the goalpost is in between Boris Beatty and his long snapper.
Yeah, he is.
You can imagine a blooper reel here. Boris Beatty surely has got his intent. He's alert to it, but a little different there.
Well, even the kick, he did take a couple of steps forward to make sure he didn't kick it into the goalpost. The return for the Tiger Cats, there's some flags. It wasn't a deep kick. It was Tony Brown back returning this one. He got it into Argos territory. We'll just see what the flag is.
Pretty good kick from Boris Beatty from just about his goal line or a little bit into his end zone, and Brown fielded that right at center field and got up to the Toronto 51, and now we're going to get the flags figured out here.
So it is against Toronto.
Looked like offsetting penalties, I believe.
Okay. I just saw the one on Toronto.
There we go. Offsetting penalties, so it's right at the point of Brown's return, and that's what you're looking for. A special teams unit. We always had a goal at least once a game to get your offense the ball, starting a drive across the line of scrimmage. 50-yard field to play with now, and it feels, it gives you a little mojo right as you go on for this first snap.
Jamie Newman hands off to Dejon Lee, and he goes up the middle. That's a good gain on first down. Newman 3 for 3, 52 yards and a touchdown. He's run a couple of times for 16 yards, so Newman is the Ticats' leading rusher in the game. And he's had Malik Irons and Dejon Lee in his running backs. 2nd and 5. Ball on the Argos 45. Newman taps his right foot. He's back to pass under pressure. Gets past that first wave, rips it up the middle, and it was intended for Andrew Boston. He couldn't come up with it. It's incomplete.
Newman put a lot of heat on that ball. It was really a short pass right over the middle to Boston, or a short pass attempt, I should say. 5 yards over the middle. So hard. If a quarterback puts that much heat on it, it's past you before you realized you were in the intended target, and also a little bit high there. 3rd and 5, and they're going to line up to punt.
First incompletion for Newman. Joel Whitford, 2 booming kicks. His last one had to be finesse, and it was great. Pinned the Argos deep. They had to start from their own 9. This will be another one of those kicks. Oh, almost blocked. He got rid of it, though, and it bounces at the 6. It'll go into the end zone, and the Argos will try to run it out. They do get it out of the end zone, but they're going to have terrible starting field position. They'll have to start from their own 1 or 2 yard line. 12 minutes, 9 seconds to go in the game. Ticats lead the Argos in the preseason, 16-15. We'll be back on the Ticats Audio Network. Welcome back to Alumni Stadium in Guelph. RJ Broadhead along with Luke Tasker. Final preseason game for the Tiger Cats. It's a close one, a 1-point lead. Hamilton ahead of the Argos, and Toronto has the ball, but terrible starting field position. They are on their own 2 yard line. Austin Simmons, he does the quarterback keeper, just hoping to give them a little breathing room from their own goal line, and it didn't look like he got much of a gain.
This is the kind of stuff that both teams have to teach and get these kind of plays out of the regular season, and that is that return man for Toronto really should have taken that single and made this a 2-point game and given his offense some room and some space. And now by bringing it out of the end zone, the Argonauts had 108 yards to go, and here's 2nd and 8.
Austin Simmons, he's going to keep again, and he's able to get past a couple of defenders. He's going to high step his way to a first down and a lot more. Running along the right sideline now. A long run for Austin Simmons, and he'll be across the 25-yard line. It's a first down. The Argos pinned deep in their own end. They get out of there thanks to the legs of Simmons.
Well, I take it back. If your quarterback can scramble for a 20-yard gain, then I guess bring that punt out of the end zone. Don't give up the punt.
Staying in at quarterback is Simmons, and he'll hand off to Daniel Adebaboye. He breaks a tackle, puts the shoulder down on Witherspoon, and he'll be very close to another first down.
Really a good tackle there by Witherspoon, too. And, yeah, hard body to bring down. And sort of a mismatch in size and weight, but great open field tackle. Orlando Steinauer says, in the open field, any tackle's a good tackle. If you get the guy to the ground, you did your job.
2nd and 2. Still in at quarterback is Austin Simmons. Cover 0 here from the Ticats. It's another handoff to Adebaboye, and he will roll across the 40-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down.
Yeah, you said it, RJ. It was cover 0. They loaded up the box, and you're putting all your guys up front. They're looking to stop that run, but the Argonauts are able to scheme that past that first down marker and move the chains one more time.
Argos started from their own 2 yard line. They're up to their 40 now. Fresh set of downs, trailing the Tiger Cats by 1 point. Adebaboye again, and another solid gain on first down for the Argos running back.
You know, Chad Kelly had the 3rd quarter, did throw an interception, but he also had a really impressive drive that ended in a touchdown pass. Now Austin Simmons is really, piecing together a nice drive here as well for the Argonauts, including a huge scramble from his own end zone.
2nd and 4. Simmons, now he'll roll to his right. Looks like he might tuck it again. Now he finds somebody open. Throwing deep. He's not open. It's intercepted. Threw into double coverage on that far sideline. Intercepted by Stavros Katsantonis.
There we go. Katsantonis showing up again. He really does have a great knack for that. And what a great and timely interception for the Ticats.
Simmons trying to make something happen. The Tiger Cats get the interception. They lead by a point with under 9 minutes to go in the game. This is the Ticats Audio Network. Stavros Katsantonis, big interception for the Tiger Cats, and Hamilton takes over on their own 44-yard line. Jamie Newman, 3 for 4 in the game. Started in the second half, hands off to Dejon Lee, got to the line of scrimmage, then ran to his left, and he ran a long way to laterally. It'll end up about a 1-yard gain, though.
Great to see Katsantonis with a timely interception. He's sort of the next in line of a lineage of great Ticat free safeties. Currently, Tunde Adeleke, of course, an all-star, and you've got Mike Daly, Courtney Stephen, and then Craig Butler, of course.
Yeah.
Who full circle it now leads the special teams unit. Just a history of really strong, impactful players there. Of course, Rob Hitchcock, I can't go without mentioning that name as well.
We got to remember Hitch. 2nd and 9, Jamie Newman back to pass. Tiger Cats trying to keep the drive going. It is completed right in front of that Ticat sideline on the far side. Tony Brown makes the grab. And the drive continues for the Ticats.
That was a very, very impressive throw and catch. That was a deep, sort of a sail route. Could very well have been a corner call that Brown flattened out into the gap there in between a low corner and a high half. And really, really impressive job by Jamie Newton to throw that ball on a tight line into that deep space there for a huge gain.
The first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling. Can they get another one? Newman back to pass, and he'll do a screen to Dejon Lee, and he is able to get a few yards. He'll be well short of the first down, though. Looks like a gain of 2 or 3 for Dejon Lee. Tiger Cats into Argos territory. There's under 7 minutes. 6:56. The clock is running. It's all that's left in the final preseason game. Tiger Cats leading 16-50. It was a last-minute game-winning field goal by Tig Leader in the first preseason game. This one's close too. Leads one to believe it could be an exciting season. Jamie Newman spins, throws to his right, caught by Boston, and he will fall forward for a gain of a couple. Again, short of a first down.
Yep, punt unit's going to come on the field, and yeah, it takes time and a real attention to detail to make a wide receiver screen work. There's so many moving parts, and it's unique. You're putting guys in unique positions. Haven't seen a lot of success from either team tonight with those outside screens.
Joel Whitford, he has done a great job punting tonight. This one headed to the far side. It'll land at about the 9-yard line, roll into the end zone, and this time the Argos take a knee. Cam Phillips will not try to run that out. And the Ticats, with 5:45 to go, get another point. It's 17-15. We will return on the Ticats Audio Network. Big finish here at Alumni Stadium in Guelph. Great crowd. Pretty close to a split, maybe a slight edge for Ticats fans. Ticats lead 17-15. Austin Simmons on the run, tries a throw, but it is low and bounces at the feet of Jamari Hester, incomplete. These two teams will play 4 times in the regular season. And who knows what'll happen in the playoffs. Last year you knew that was developing from about midway through the season, that these teams would have to go through one another to advance. Another low pass, again intended for Hester, and they're saying it did bounce. So another incompletion and some discussion, shall we say, between the two teams in that Toronto backfield. They get broken up. No flags.
Not a great time to take a 15-yarder after forcing the 2 and out here on the Toronto 40-yard line where they're lining up to punt now.
And Argos, they've used Boris Beatty. They're going back to John Haggerty out of Western Kentucky. And he is a good punter. This is a very good kick. That'll send Brown back inside his own 25-yard line, and he's able to run to his right to get past the 30. And the Argos special teams brings him down with under 5 minutes to go, and the Ticats up by 2.
All these CFL scenarios start to run through your mind and take shape here with a 2-point lead coming into the final minutes of the fourth quarter. You know, you have that, if they were to get another single, you can make that a 3-point spread. You, of course, would push it off also into field goal range to take it out and force them to score a touchdown. There's always a wonderful finish in the CFL.
Jamie Newman gets the snap, hands off to Dejan Lee. He ran into the Argos, stays on his feet. He was going to his right and then went to his left. Another long run, mostly laterally for Lee, and he'll end up with a 3-yard gain on the play, but it could have been worse. Looked like he was going to be brought down for a loss, and he kept going and turned it into positive yardage.
Caleb Holden for the Argonauts made a great open field tackle there, because you're right, that was a really impressive job keeping a play alive, and without that open field tackle, that could have been a big gain, but the Ticats find themselves 2nd and 7.
On their own 36-yard line, Jamie Newman in at quarterback. 4 minutes to go. Tiger Cats lead 17-15. Newman back to pass, has time, stays in the pocket, completes to Tyler Turner out of U of A. That's a big catch, and it is enough for a first down. They are moving the sticks. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down. Tyler Turner, one of those Canadian receivers. Ticats have some depth at Canadian receiver. It was good to see David Ungerer back in there tonight, catching the ball with a ton of confidence right now in his 3rd season. 3 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock. Fresh set of downs for the Tiger Cats. The wind just blew the ball ahead about a yard, and the Argos saw it, and they're complaining, and the officials also saw it, so now they'll move it back to the 43-yard line.
It's been calm all night, and now as we get into these final minutes here where the kicking game can come into play, the Ticats do have a substantial wind at their back.
It was a gain of 1 for the wind, but they moved it back. From their own 43, Jamie Newman hands off to Dejan Lee, got back to the line of scrimmage and might have been tackled for a loss. There's a flag. It's a late flag. So not much there for Dejan Lee. And we'll see what this late flag is. And Argos are pointing at the Tiger Cats.
Long discussion.
Yeah,
here.
there is a very long discussion. So it is on the Tiger Cats. And the officials are marching them back.
Full 15 yards. Not
looked like unnecessary roughness.
Boy, you got to have the discipline to avoid the 15-yard penalties. There, especially at a point now, you were 1 or 2 more times moving the chains, and you're into field goal range at a time where every point is crucial, and now it's second and 25 or something like that, RJ, and a lot of work to do here on this play.
Yeah, and it's a 2-point game, 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go, getting close to the 3-minute warning. Jamie Newman trying to make the Ticats roster. This is one where there's not too many plays in the playbook. Second and really long. He completes to Tony Brown, and he's tackled immediately, not even to the original line of scrimmage. And that will be a punting situation for the Tiger Cats.
So those 10 yards are really important, actually. And yeah, not even close to the first down. It's going to be third and probably 14. But those 10 yards are huge. That gives your punt team all that more space to try to flip this field, because now what you're trying to do is make it hard for the Argonauts to get into field goal range with the 2-point game. And so it goes. We've been talking about the punt team, and here is a chance for the punt team to so tangibly affect the end of this game if they can punt this ball deep into the Argo end.
We're at the 3-minute warning. Tiger Cats lead 17-15. It's a 2-point game. Blake Hayes came on the field to punt. We'll see if he is the one to kick this punt when we come back for the finish in the final preseason game from here in Guelph. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. Finish in this final preseason game should be exciting. Blake Hayes on to kick that punt. It was a low punt, but it got over the head of Isaiah Wright, and this couldn't have worked out better for the Tiger Cats. They're going to hem the Argos in deep. However, there is a flag on the play.
Well, it's not no yards. I think it's going to be a holding on the Argonauts at the end of this return, and now they're pointing towards Hamilton. I just saw, boy, the flags have been ridiculous in the second half. It's hard to even get a sense for what's going on each time it gets thrown. But that punt absolutely needed to get blasted deep into the Argo territory, and that's exactly what he did. It is a really strong wind in Hamilton's favor right now.
And it's just picked up over the last 5 minutes or so.
Is this
it's against
yards?
Hamilton. It was a low kick that really sailed.
Boy, I don't know there, but so the Argos line up on their 18-yard line. Either way, RJ, it really was an impressive kick.
Yes.
And with this wind, even with Boris Beatty, you've got to get a good 50 yards here on this drive to get into field goal range.
Oh, yeah.
And that was an impressive play.
Flags are straight out.
Oh, yeah.
It was calm for most of the evening. So what a finish. 2.5 to go. Tiger Cats up by 2. Austin Simmons throws up the middle. That is complete. Running near the sideline is Hester. That big 6'6" receiver. Jamari Hester has been a favorite target for Simmons and Kelly in at quarterback in this second half. So the Argos get a first down. They move up to their own 30-yard line. Simmons, couple of steps back. He'll throw to his left again. It's another completion. It's another first down for the Argonauts. There's flags. There's flags, and it's right in front of the Argos sideline. Wow. So they're not happy with that result. It's complete to DeMonte Coxey, and this is going to be a big gain for the Argos.
Omar Hicks-Onu for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. You're trying to make a play, but it was clearly the ball carrier had a foot out of bounds, and then he got swung to the ground. And that, we just said, it was a great punt, and you get a penalty. And then they still have 50 yards to go, and they get a first down, and another first down, and a penalty. You cannot, at this point in the game, when every yard is so crucial, the Argonauts really are already on the cusp of field goal range right into this drive. I mean, so costly to make an error like that. You have to exhibit great discipline and self-control in moments like that on the sideline. Another
15-yard penalty. All of a sudden, the Argos are in Hamilton territory on the Ticats 45. Simmons hands off to Adebaboye, and he will get some positive yardage.
So there's still 2 minutes and 11 seconds on the clock. We saw what happened last week with 15 seconds on the clock.
Yes.
So you don't want to, it's not that this game is sealed after whatever happens this drive, but this is the play right here. It's second down and 7 yards on the Hamilton 47. This would still be a very long field goal with the wind as it is right now.
Well, the wind has totally changed and has made things a lot more difficult for the Argonauts. It's the hardest it's blown all night, and it's a cool wind. Simmons tried to fake a shovel pass.
Great play.
And the Tiger Cats get him for a loss.
Huge. two-yard tackle for a loss in the backfield, and Beatty goes on. Ball at the 45-yard line.
Well, just looking at those flags, Luke, it looks like he is right into the wind.
This is something. This is a 52 and a half yard field goal for Boris Beatty into a stiff wind. The flags at the top of the goalposts on both sides of the field are directly to the right, horizontal to the ground. Not too many guys can boot this kick.
Tony Brown, he's in the end zone almost at the goal line, so he doesn't have a ton of confidence with this wind blowing. It is a 52-yard attempt for Boris Beatty. It's low and it's wide. Tony Brown picks it up and he'll run it out of the end zone. He's to the 5, cuts to his left. Now he's along that far sideline. He's up past the 15, the 20. Cuts back into the middle. He's past the 25. And there is a flag, but he's across the 30, and he's running out of steam. He's run a long way. He's hit both sidelines now. Up to the 50, and the Argos finally bring him down. It's a magnificent return by Tony Brown. If it stands, there is a flag.
You're right, Meg. That was a gutty return. He went all the way from his right side of the field to the left and back all the way to his right. But it is going to get called back on a holding on the Ticats. Boris Beatty had the distance for that kick, though, didn't he?
He did, and he kicked it low.
You're right. He drove it out. He
had a plan.
Yeah, he knew what to do and what he needed to do. And honestly, he had distance plus a little bit from 52 and a half into the wind, but he pushed it, pulled it to his left. There you go with the penalties again. It's classic preseason. You don't need to drive yourself crazy trying to fix the problem. It's pretty natural to see this in a preseason game, but there's a lot of learning moments out here for players who are really, really costing their team important yardage.
That's the best way to put it. Learning moments. Tiger Cats were close to midfield. Penalty brings them back to their own 9. Dejon Lee breaks a couple of tackles. Ooh. He's speedy. And he got through the line. He got a first down. A great run for Dejon Lee. This first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
You can see what that speed does with Dejon Lee when he gets himself into a gap. There has been times tonight, though, where the Argonauts have stuffed that run up close, and when Wes Hill was in, that looks a little different. You get that guaranteed extra 1.5 to 3 yards after that initial contact. But Dejon Lee, when he gets through and has some space, he got 10 yards as quick as could be right there.
Yes. It's like he's on fast forward.
That's right.
Minute 15 to go. Tiger Cats lead by 2. It's a 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. They have the wind behind them, and it is all of a sudden, late in this fourth quarter, a very strong wind. Jamie Newman in at quarterback. And he is brought down by the Argos. It was Benoit Marion who makes the tackle, and that is a loss of, looks like, 4 yards. So Newman sacked.
Same battle now for the Ticats. Now you're 2nd and long. Even if you don't get the first, every yard is a benefit here because you have to be able to punt this ball deep and keep the Argos out of field goal range. Under a minute left in the game.
Clock is running. 2nd and 14. Jamie Newman hands off to Dejon Lee, and he can't break through the line this time. Maybe a gain of 1, but that is nowhere near enough to the 14 yards the Ticats needed for the first down. So it is a punting situation. 47.8 seconds on the clock. Argos will get the ball back, trailing by 2. And Joel Whitford comes on again to punt for the Tiger Cats.
Argonauts smartly have split returners back on either side of the hash marks. You've got to be able to field this punt in the air. I like the call to not pass that there, RJ. The clock is running now because that was a run play, and they're going to tick off a good number.
It'll be under 30 seconds by the time this ball is snapped. Here's the snap. Whitford standing in his own 5. The punt, not very high, not very deep. Right at midfield. It's caught and returned by Isaiah Wright. He'll get it down to the 45. Tiger Cats are saying this ball popped loose and that they have it.
They're saying first down Toronto here. I think the ball did pop loose, though.
Tiger Cats were celebrating. You're right, Luke. The officials say it's Argo's ball, and they're starting in Hamilton territory on the 45-yard line.
This is right where they just attempted a Boris Beatty field goal. Wind is still unruly here, and there's 18 seconds on the clock. Are we going to see a deep ball and a pass interference right now?
Well,
I mean,
where have we seen that before?
Yeah.
I feel like we just saw that last week. The other way.
Chad Kelly back in the game.
Yes, and he completes the pass. It's to Jamari Hester.
13 seconds left.
We can get
It's
another play
second
in
and one.
here.
Yep.
So second down and a couple of yards. Kelly doesn't even take a step back, completes it. It's a first down, but that's not what the Argos are worried about. Getting out of bounds is Hester, and there's 4.6 seconds on the clock, and he is just outside the 20-yard line. Looks like they'll spot them at the 25-yard line. And Boris Beatty comes on with 4.6 seconds left to win the game for the Argos.
38-yard field goal, still into a stiff wind. Really efficient drive by Chad Kelly and the Argonauts there, and here we are for the last play of the game.
33-yarder for Beatty, so even shorter. Boris Beatty missed from outside of 50. This one from 33 is good. There's no time on the clock. The Argos win by a point. What kind of season are we in for, Luke?
Wow.
2 preseason games, both decided on last play field goals. This one goes in favor of the Argos, but the result, they don't matter in the preseason. A lot of learning moments. I think you summed it up perfectly when you said that. You don't want a perfect preseason game. You want to have a lot to teach. And what are your thoughts through 2 preseason games for the Tiger Cats?
The truth is, it's really possible that this film never gets watched. Obviously, the coaches break it down, but the slate gets wiped clean now. But if it's me, I pick out the top 15 plays that made a difference in this game, and probably 7 of those are at least going to be in the fourth quarter, and a lot of them are going to be in the kicking game as well. And you pick out those 15. And you can coach, so it's so tangible. You can coach right through a game like this as to what mistakes made the difference and what great plays made the difference. A lot of great effort. There was same as last week. You do get a lot of guys out there, giving everything they've got to try to make this team. But boy, RJ, we're going to see how it shapes up in the next couple days.
Time now for the Access Storage recap of the game. Score a touchdown with affordable storage. Access Storage has flexible storage solutions at a store near you. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca. Luke, the big play, and Lawrence Woods has a chance to make this team. It was a terrific 99-yard punt return touchdown. With so many great returners over the years, it was nice to see. Jamie Newman came in, had a great pass to Anthony Johnson. The running backs all seem to perform well. There's some tough decisions for the coaches over the next hours, days.
You're right, hours. These guys, the professional coaches, they don't sleep a lot. They're going to be up and making their decisions tonight, tomorrow morning. That's the way it goes. You're right, Dejan Lee. Tony Brown also had a good return. There was a lot of great plays made by some young players out there. Hard for me to peg down exactly how this Hamilton receiving core is going to look. I just don't know. They're going to have some tough decisions to be made, and it's almost like if you can have a third preseason game as a coach, you'd probably take it to have a couple more tangible plays to be made by your guys, but. Some impressive play across the board, and it's time now. That's all you get. And so 2 days from now, we'll see the starting lineup as the team heads out west.
Well, that receiving depth came in so handy last year. We didn't see a lot of the starting receivers tonight. Tim Brown, Braylon Addison, Stephen Dunbar. David Ungerer did play a few series. And Pappy White, looks like he might be in there, but a lot of guys in the mix for practice roster spots, backup receiver spots, so big decisions there. The third quarterback, we didn't see Evans or Schultz in the game, so Newman and Morton were the two quarterbacks for the Tiger Cats. It's going to be tough decisions. I know it's hard for the coaches, it's hard for the players, but the East Division, it was tough last year. It might be even tougher this year.
Yep, I think so, and really interesting to see how Ottawa's going to play into the mix here, where last year they really struggled to put games together, but I think we're going to see some great play in the East, and 2 back-to-back games with winning field goals with 0-0 on the clock. I mean, it really, even for a game where there's personnel all over the place and all kinds of penalties in the second half, still to come down to that in a competitive way, it's great for the league and it's fun to watch. I'm excited to see how this season shapes up.
Well, the last play field goal for the Argos wins at 18-17. They defeat the Ticats. Tiger Cats postgame with Louis B. and Andy Fantus is coming up next for our executive producer, Peter McEwen, our operator, Michael Steyer, and Luke Tasker. I'm RJ Broadhead. Thanks for listening to Hamilton Tiger Cats football on the Ticats Audio Network.
Ticats Audio Network.